Thanks very much, Valerie, for your great words. And when I was a teenager, I would have loved someone like Kevin Moran to take me away as well. It would have been great. But the first trip that we ever went, we were in Having More, and I was 18, and we decided that we hooked up with this crowd in Dublin called Lergus, and they had money for international exchanges. So in the 3 years after we met them, we went to south of Germany, we went to Tenerife, and we went to, where was the last one? Faro. So we tended to pick all the best venues to go to for youth exchanges. But the exchanges were brilliant, and what it really showed us was that when you get young people in a community to come together and work together on a project, you really do develop a set of skills that are transferable into all walks of life. And we still meet people in Dundalk who've come from Having More, and there was, it's about 20 years ago we did our first one, who still come up to meet me and say, well, how's it going? Remember that trip we went to Portugal and everything? It was brilliant. So as I say to you, thanks very much for the opportunity to talk to you today about the peace programmes we have. And just in terms of Coexist, we are Dundalk based. There's 3 people employed in Coexist and about 4 others on a sessional basis for different programmes. We have full county remit in that we work in Dundalk, Drogheda, RD, and we have a great exposure to all of the young people in town through the youth organisations that we work with firstly, but secondly through the schools. And that primarily has been brought about through the work we do with Coral and Nogue. Coexist was established in 2008, and the reason for that was that we were all working in the Glencree Centre for Reconciliation, and at that time that organisation was stopping its youth programme, and some of us who were working there decided that there was still a need for this work to happen, and that we'd set up a company, we call it Coexist, to try and get that idea that people would be able to coexist on this island and further afield, and that through that work we would be promoting peace and reconciliation values, empowerment of young people, but not only that, on top of that was also the personal skills that young people would develop themselves through the process. Today, in terms of peace work, we've worked with most of the council regions. We've worked with Donegal, Leitrim, Cavan, Monaghan, Newry, Moran and Armagh council regions and different projects since the beginning of phase 2. So Mairead and Sorcha, who's now in Australia, will tell you about the long nights they spent travelling over to Leitrim doing projects. But for me, my real work was here in Louth on 2 projects called the Peace and Democracy Project and the Peer Leaders Programme. And those 2 projects in the phase 1 were really about developing the skills of young people. So we worked very much on the ground developing the skills of young people. And that has brought us to now in phase 2, where we're really starting to drill into the issues that young people are experiencing in the county. So we're really tackling issues such as sexual health, mental health, bullying, alcohol issues, but not in each county. We're doing it on a regional basis. And to do that, we've tied in the youth councils in Louth, Cavan, Monaghan, Armagh and Newry and Moran. And so for the first time at youth council level, these young people have access to politicians, they're working on the ground with their peers on projects, and then they're taking the learning that they have on those projects and presenting it back to the likes of Frank, the county council, the county development boards in all of these regions. And what that does is it allows young people to influence not only policy, but it's also influencing the structures that these organisations have. And that's when people talk about long-term attitudinal change in structures. That's the type of influence that these young people can have. So it's not all hard work either. There's a bit of fun along the way. And as I say to you, because we've been involved in these projects, we firmly believe that we've been trying to be really flexible around them. We've tried to be consistent in our work. We've tried to maintain the principles of youth work, which is very much around empowering young people to take the chance for themselves. We've been advocates for young people. We've very much been trying to be there at the cusp of the new emerging peace work that's been done with young people. And there is a change in peace work with young people. And we've seen young people very much want to get involved in issue-based work and to take that and develop the society that they want for the future. One example would be the emergence of technology and how we've had to include that in our programs so that young people, one of the needs of young people is to be more connected with other young people, and all of the facilities are there. We were lucky enough, as Valerie said, to win the MAM award in 2011 on a fantastic night. I know you very well, trying to get back from Dublin. It took us 4 hours to get back from Dublin through the floods, but it was worth it in the end. And we were very grateful for that and the support of the County Council and the Peace Partnership in supporting us for that. And it has made a huge difference to the conference for ourselves and the conference for the work that we do. But all of this would be no good if we didn't live by the principles and practices that we have ourselves. In that we try to encourage young people to take the role for themselves and to be the leaders of the future. So I have the pleasure then of inviting Paul Finn, who's a former Corley No participant and a current participant on the Peer Leaders to Peace programme, to tell you a little bit about what he has been doing on the programme, and to tell you about the upcoming trip that they're going to the Basque region in Spain. So again, thank you very much for the Peace Partnership, and to Bruce and Neil for the invitation today. And if you have any more questions, feel free to give us a shout. And I know both Valerie and Anne have our contact details. For any information about peace work or any of the reports and things that we've done, we're very open to share them with anyone. So over to Paul. Thank you very much.